Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous E, and here is her story. Hello, Ollie. Hope you are well. Been enjoying your videos, so thanks for them. Anyway, there's something that's been on my mind lately that I haven't had much luck finding information on. I once had a friend who established a huge place in my life by hoovering me. This was back before I knew what hoovering was or even what narcissism was. I had heard of narcissism but thought it was some rare thing and certainly not something I'd ever have to deal with. Anyway, right away, we seem to have so much in common. We stay up until midnight talking about everything, deep things that my other friends would never allow me to talk about. Fairly early on, I remember being at her house at night. Her husband and her kids were in bed. She very seriously told me that she felt she could trust me enough to share with me that she was psychic. Oh no. She could communicate with the dead, and that the reason she was befriending me was that my dead father had asked her to help me. I was pretty shocked, but I asked her what else he had said. She said that was all he'd said. I remember going home that night thinking maybe she was crazy. That thought was quickly replaced with, just because I'm not psychic doesn't give me the right to judge others who claim to be. She picked up on my doubt because the next time we spoke, she was upset with me. She said she tolerated people calling her crazy her whole life and that she thought I was different. I told her I hadn't called her crazy. She said she was psychic, so she knew I thought she was crazy. Yet she's guessing because everybody thinks she's crazy. Being the people pleaser I was back then and not wanting to lose the only thinking friend I had, I apologized and asked her to forgive me. So she went on to tell me she also leaves her body when she sleeps and travels to other places, collecting intel on anyone and everyone. Oh, the psychic narcissist This is like another religion. This is how, this is akin to, the narcissist's relationship with God. Makes them omniscient. That's what they really want you to believe. Whether it's through a psychic ability or a religion or relationship with God, the narcissist wants you to believe they're omniscient. That she could see and hear ghosts, that they were everywhere, all around me all the time, that I could see them too if I could overcome my fear. Yeah, you could accomplish the same thing by taking DMT. So I knew she was crazy in this regard, but she was such a good friend in other ways, I let it slide. All I ever wanted was someone I could talk to about real things, not superficial things. So she gave me that. So I tolerated the psychic stuff. She also told me she had been molested by her mother's boyfriend as a child. She said the memory had been suppressed. I remember thinking it was strange to share something so personal so early in the friendship. I remember wondering if she was lying for sympathy, but why would she? So I eventually accepted it as fact. I just don't know I believe in suppressed memories. My bad memories have always buried themselves off and on, but they have bubbled up over and over since they happened. Yes, I'd stuffed them back down because they're unpleasant, but she was claiming it was the first time she remembered these things. Well, if she was psychic, didn't her ghost tell her? Weird she didn't clue in with her psychic abilities that you doubted her on that, only that she was psychic. Weird, right? If she's psychic and she knows when you doubt her and she knows when you don't believe her, why didn't she know you didn't believe her with the molestation thing? Or that you had questions about it? And here's the thing. There's a difference between repressed memories and it's just not at the surface. if you look at something and then you remember it, that's just something that wasn't at the surface, you know. It's like if you go, oh yeah, that, you know, I've kind of forgotten about that. That's not a repressed memory. You just kind of forgot it because it's not at the forefront. A repressed memory is somebody telling you did something and like, no, I can't remember that happening. That's a repressed memory. Don't confuse repressed memories with just overlooking or forgetting something that's not on the surface right away. One of the things we had in common was obesity. We had little ones the same ages, and they were yet to drop the baby, and we were still yet to drop the baby weight. We talked a lot about how to lose weight. Then we go to the drive-through for shakes and fries. Anyway, I joined Weight Watchers when I got miserable enough with myself and had to admit that I, an adult and mother, did not know the first thing about proper nutrition. The program cost me $13 a week, so I followed it to a T, and the weight was falling off fast. I remember her pulling into my house one day to borrow something. I went out to bring it to her, and she looked disgusted and said, "You're still losing weight." The encounter felt off. I love seeing people achieve their goals, so I didn't understand her negativity. I asked her to join the program with me. It wasn't my fault she didn't want to. Right. Listen, this is how women are. They're constantly competing with each other. Constantly. So she would have been happy if you just would have stayed fat eating shakes and fries all day. But, you know, if she's not going to be thin, then nobody should be thin. Anyway, shortly after that, she ghosted me, just completely stopped answering my calls, dropped me on Facebook. It was like I never existed. I spent the next year trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. I mulled over every interaction, every conversation, just trying to figure out what I had done. Nothing. It's jealousy. She realized she couldn't control you. She realized she couldn't use you to make herself feel better, so that she has no use for you anymore. Then one day out of the blue, she approached me at a school function, and it was like nothing had happened. She said she was going through hard times back then and needed a break. I told her I understood, but next time just say so. I explained the mental torture she put me through trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. She agreed, and everything went back to normal. Fast forward another year, she ghosted me again with no explanation. This time it bothered me less because I realized it was just her M.O. Fast forward another year, she came back with some lame excuse. I lost track how many times she did this, but I always forgave her. Looking back, I see whenever she reappeared, she was in some crisis of her own making and needed support. Right. Look, whatever it is she ghosts you and she gets jealous of you to punish you, knowing you're going to torture yourself. And then she realizes her life is fucked up anyway, and then she comes back for the sympathy, knowing you're just gonna lap it up again. I know, Ollie, I'm an idiot. I see that now, but back then I would take all the blame. Anyway, somewhere along the line, she also gained the ability to read the Psychic record, which is supposedly the record of all things present, future, and past. Every event or thought that's ever or will ever take place. LOL, but LOL, look it up. It's a thing. She had also divorced her husband and moved her new boyfriend in, who could also read the record. They did so much damage to my psyche by claiming to know things about my parents and grandparents that happened before I was born. Like really terrible things that basically made me feel like no matter how good of a person I try to be, I come from filth, just absolute scum of the earth. Anyway, after that I was done. I told them I hope they do well, checks on their clients. I told them I hope they do well, checks on their clients after giving them readings, because They have made me want to kill myself. She reacted with rage, which usually she reserved for her children. That was the last time I spoke to her and will never speak to her again. She's a covert narcissist, just like my drunky mother. She's another gypsy. She's a gypsy. She's just another gypsy scam artist, really. It's worth noting I never paid her a dime for her psychic abilities, so she was either practicing on me or just loved fucking with my mind. Another notable thing is she would copy me. I was earning money making sculpture from home. She would set up a shop and try to do the same. I cut my hair off. She cut her hair off. I won't list it all, but she copied me a lot. Right, single white female. Single white female, reacts out of jealousy. That's who the single white female is. Single white female is a narcissist who reacts out of jealousy of you. Period. Everything she does is to punish you. And when you don't give her her way, she either ghosts you or rages on you. I would just think I had inspired her, but the pattern was too consistent looking back. Anyway, I just wanted your take and look forward to comments. If anyone else has fallen victim to these so-called psychic types, wouldn't you say all psychics are narcissists? Thanks and God bless, Anonymous A. I would say a lot of them are. A lot of them are just, they're playing games with people's minds, But in this case, this is a woman who's jealous of you and wanted to keep you beneath her and play with your mind to make herself look better. Single white female. She's just a narcissist who reacts out of jealousy of you. That's all she is. So, I hope that helps. Thank you, Anonymous E, for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.